Well, hello and welcome. We're doing something. I feel like I say this all the time, but I'm saying it again. We're doing something a little bit different today. We're going to do a live stream, an impromptu live stream. Let me just make sure I'm live and I'm good. Yeah. And yeah, it's quite different because I am actually at my computer live streaming from OBS, which is really nifty actually. It's been working out pretty great. I'm doing some tests here. So what we're doing today, or what I'm doing today, is I am going to be updating my Oscar predictions. And typically, I would just create a new Oscar predictions video, or new Oscar predictions, like a whole series of videos of Oscar predictions, which I've been doing lately. But number one, it's extremely time consuming. Not only doing the predictions themselves, recording them, editing them, and encoding them, because my computer is very old. Doesn't have a lot of memory. My processor is very outdated. So encoding long videos like that literally takes sometimes 5-6 hours. And that is just not ideal. I don't want to get off work and then work on a video, editing it for 2 hours, and then hitting encode and then waiting for another 6 hours for it to encode. So that's not my idea of a good time. And the Oscar nominations are coming out on Tuesday. I'll be reacting to those. That's 2 days from now. And I just don't have enough time to make Oscar nominations or Oscar predictions until then, or before then rather. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do it live. We'll do it live. And we're just going to make predictions. We're going to update my predictions before Tuesday, and it's just going to be on YouTube, and we're just going to leave it at that. And that way, some of y'all people can just come in and hang out or whatever. I'm not really pushing this out to socials or anything. This is just going to be like an impromptu live stream, and I'm probably just going to share it after the fact. So that's what we're doing today. It's a Sunday afternoon. Why not? So we're just going to get in here and just go through each category and update these predictions. So this is my beautiful, this is spreadsheet land. This is how I usually do all of my predictions. I have it sorted by category, and I have my predictions over here. Top 5 or top 10 in best picture. Top 5 are the ones that I think getting nominated, and then below the line here are the ones that are not going to make the cut. And it's ranked by, I guess it's ranked by likability, whether they'll get nominated. And the nominee at the top is the one that I have winning. That's how it works. And then over here, you will see we have the race section, which lists out every major precursor until the Oscars. So for Best Picture, we have Golden Globe Comedy and Drama, we have Critics' Choice, we have SAG Ensemble, and we have PGA, and we have BAFTA. And then, of course, we finally have the Oscars. All of these have been announced. The ones in gray are nominees. The ones in gold are the winners. And if there's a dash, it means that they were not nominated. And that goes for every category. For director, we have DGA. For actress, or for acting categories, we have SAG. Comedy and Drama, Golden Globe. Adapted screenplay, we have the typical precursors, and we have WGA, which is the Writers Guild. And then screenplay, animated feature, international feature, and so on and so forth. So before we let's just dive in. Let's just start with Best Picture. So with Best Picture. Something wacky has happened this year because the PGA 10, PGA announced their 10 nominees. The PGA 10 is literally the everyone's top 10 Best Picture predicted films to get nominated. And usually the PGA 10 will differ from the Oscars Best Picture 10. There's always at least one or two or maybe even three films that are nominated for PGA that will miss Best Picture at the Oscars, and then the Oscars will go for different alternate picks. But this race has been interesting because everything that hasn't been nominated for PGA is kind of just dead for Best Picture. The Color Purple really isn't doing very well in the grand scheme of things. Same with May December. Same with Saltburn. Air is pretty much dead. All of Us Strangers, Iron Claw, Ferrari, those films have no chance getting into Best Picture, I don't think. Given how the race in not only the Best Picture category, but in other categories have gone, like director, acting categories, screenplay, etc. So, with that being said, I am going to be predicting the PGA Top 10 for Best Picture. And I know that is stat-breaking, that goes against the stats, but I literally don't know what else to do. I think it would be unwise for me to put in anything else other than the PGA 10. It'll just be so weird. I mean, we have all of the major precursors already set in stone, and it just makes the most sense. It just makes the most sense, and I don't really know how I don't know how to justify not doing the PGA 10. So I think that's what we're going to do. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. We're still going to have Oppie at the top, so we will leave that as is. Poor Things, I think, might still be number 2. The Holdovers has really been doing good. I mean, that even got BAFTA Best Film, which really shocked me. It did not get SAG Ensemble, but that's neither here nor there. Only a three-actor film right there. What else? I think I'm gonna keep Poor Things at 2. And I'm gonna have Killers. I think this is fine. I think Holdovers. I think we'll have Holdovers and Killers at the same spot. Barbie definitely there. Maestro, I think I'm gonna push down a couple pegs. Yeah. Let's see. Maestro. What's Maestro looking like? Just missed SAG Ensemble and missed PGA. So Holdovers and Anatomy of a Fall got PGA. Wait, no. Holdovers, Anatomy of a Fall. All these guys got PGA. So maybe Holdovers, Zone, and then where's Anatomy? Anatomy's right here. Zone is right here. Zone missed BAFTA, which is pretty nuts. What else we got? So I think we'll put Maestro down a couple pegs. Yo, Cheyenne, how's it going? Welcome. Thanks for coming by. Just doing a random live stream. I am updating my Oscar predictions instead of making a whole new series of Oscar prediction videos, because it's just going to take way too long, and Oscar nominations are coming on Tuesday. So I'm just doing a live stream updating my Oscar predictions. So it's going to be a lot of spreadsheets for the next hour or so. So thanks for hanging. I will be doing a reaction to the nominees on Tuesday. Definitely. Going to be definitely recording that and pushing that out, hopefully, the same day on Tuesday. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a fun time. But for right now, we are doing our Oscar predictions. So Maestro, I think I'm going to push down a couple pegs. Maybe to like number 9 or so. So that'll be -2. Move American Fiction and Past Lives up, because American Fiction did win Critics' Choice for screenplay, so that kind of boosts its chances. So American Fiction's up here. Past Lives and Anatomy will shift up here, so those will be both +1. And then Zone, I guess, will go into the same spot there. Bummed to hear all the snub talk of America. Yeah, I know. After we do Best Picture, we gotta hit Best Director, and Director is gonna be a bloodbath. Best Director is a bloodbath this year. I mean, this is what I have. This is what I had. I'm gonna be updating this for sure. But it's gonna be insane. Yeah, 3 women directed, 3 Best Picture nominees. That wouldn't, be a slot for at least one. I know it's gonna be insane. Yeah, Trier would make sense. I think who has the best shot is Gerwig, Greta Gerwig. I think she is pretty solidified. But we'll have to see. There might be a shocking snub. Sup, Rob? Test. It's a test, dude. You like spreadsheets? You like spreadsheets? You're gonna be seeing a lot of spreadsheets here. All right, so let's do that and then that. Maestro down 2, and then Zone of Interest here. Okay, cool. So we'll do that. We'll update this line. A lot of spreadsheets, a lot of clicks. And all of these, I think I'm just gonna leave as is. May, December, Air, Iron Claw, All of Us Strangers, Saltburn, Ferrari. I think we're just gonna leave all of these as is and just keep them there for now. So, like I said, that's the PGA 10. PGA, I mean, the Oscar, like I said, the Best Picture 10 and the PGA 10 very rarely go 10 for 10. Usually PGA has like 1 or 2 or 3 films that are not nominated for Best Picture, but I don't know what else to do. No one knows what else to do. Color Purple, dead. May, December, dead. Saltburn, Air, all these guys. No chance. No chance. So that's what I'm doing for Best Picture. I'm gonna pull up. I did a little bit of additional research, folks. I did a little bit of additional research. I did some research. Hey, y'all like spreadsheets? We're in spreadsheet land for this afternoon, folks. So this is my research for between Best Picture and Best Picture versus. Oh, this is SAG Ensemble. Never mind. That's the wrong one. Well, SAG Ensemble makes sense, so I will actually leave that up too, because we got to talk about the Best Picture to SAG Ensemble correlation. But here's Best Picture versus PGA. So this is the Best Picture winner, and I did it for every year, going all the way back to the year 2000. So here's the Best Picture winner. Here's the PGA winner. Winner match, yes. Coda, winner match. Nomadland, winner match. Parasite 1917, no match. So this is like who won PGA and who won Best Picture. And then here are the PGA nominees. So you'll see that 1, 2, 3 films last year were not nominated for Best Picture that got into PGA. 1, 2 from 2021. 1, 2, 3 from 2020. 1 from 2019. 2 here. 3 here. 1 here. Dude, Deadpool got PGA? That's crazy. 2 here, 3 here, 2 here. So they have very, very, very rarely, if not never, been 10 for 10. I think this year, 2023, will be the first year that they will go 10 for 10 because I literally do not know what else they will do. The PGA 10 looked good, but I definitely would love Zone to get snubbed in favor of Surprise. Maybe. That could happen. One of the international, I think whoever is vulnerable, I would say between the two international picks, Zone and Anatomy of a Fall, I think Zone is a little more vulnerable, just because Anatomy has just been showing up in more places and has been winning more things. So I could maybe see that. And Zone is a very strange film. So the Oscar voters might not be as gung-ho for it as we might think. So maybe, I don't know, maybe The Color Purple has some kind of shot. If that's the one film that might get in, I think it might be that one. I do have that at number 11, May, December. I highly doubt it. Anything else, I highly doubt. So I think The Color Purple and Zone are like neck and neck. Not really neck and neck, but you know what I mean. But yeah, this is the PGA and Best Picture correlation. Yeah, the Oscars chose Green Book. That they did. And yeah, Coda and Crash. Coda and Crash. Where's Crash? Where's Crash? Hey, there's Crash. That was a thing. Huh? That was a thing. And then Coda. Yeah, the whole Coda thing, man. That was nuts, huh? That last minute surge. And here's SAG Ensemble. SAG Ensemble, or, you know, best cast in a motion picture at SAG. That definitely has a Best Picture correlation. You know, we have last year. We have Coda, Nomadland Trial. They're not always, you know, 1-to-1, but, you know, it's pretty, I would say maybe 60% of the time, the SAG Ensemble winner, maybe even 75. The SAG Ensemble winner goes on to win Best Picture. All of these are, the ones that are gray here were SAG Ensemble nominees. And then if they have an asterisk next to them, that means that they're a Best Picture nominee. If they're italicized, they're not Best Picture nominees. I know it's a lot of data, and it's a lot of, I did a lot of research, you know. It's kind of hard to parse at first, but this is my world. Apple bought those Coda votes. Yeah, gonna need them to come through for Lily this year. Yeah, Lily's kind of in trouble. Lily's in trouble. We'll get to that. We'll definitely get to that. So yeah, I think we will leave it at that for Best Picture. PGA 10, that's it. And in case you weren't here earlier, this race section, I have each major precursor listed here. Ones are in gray were nominees. Ones that are marked gold are the winners. Ones that are marked like a dash, means they weren't nominated. So for picture, we got Golden Globe, Comedy and Drama. We got Critics' Choice, SAG Ensemble, PGA, BAFTA, and then finally the Oscar. So I have that for each category here. So, all right, let's get in there. Let's do it. Let's go to Best Director here. The Bloodbath, ladies and gentlemen, The Bloodbath. Give me 1 second, y'all. I think I'm gonna post my live stream to a couple of friendos just so we can maybe get some more people in here. I think I'm gonna adjust my webcam too. Hopefully, I think that is better. No. No, this way. We need to go this way. There we go. Okay, that's better. A little bit. I don't know. All right. Let me stand by. La 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 la. How does it sound? Okay. Hopefully it sounds okay. I'm using my new microphone. Not doing the Bob Barker mic today. Just because I'm going to be in spreadsheet land. Oh no. So these I still need to update these. I don't have Bradley. I'm not going to have Bradley Cooper in anymore. I have to update these. Yeah, these are old. These are old. This is old news. All of this is old news. I need to update all this. So just ignore that for now. Let's just go here. Let's just go to the race. Here we go. Yeah, that's all old news. I think Cooper's done. He didn't get DGA, so kind of wish Spielberg had chosen to direct it instead. Yeah, I can see that. I don't know. I kind of liked what Bradley Cooper did with Maestro. I think he did a great job. That's just me, though. But I think he is absolutely vulnerable. He is absolutely vulnerable. Not only with the competition, but with the backlash and everything. You know, we don't need to get into that, but pretty insane. Let's see. Let me see. Videos. Live. Descriptions. Boom. Share. Copy link. Boom. Boom. Just in case y'all want some spreadsheet ASMR. Spreadsheet ASMR, here we go. All right. Bradley was spread too thin. You'd be eager to see what he would do with a movie he isn't also starring in. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, that'll be different, for sure. You know, Stars Born, Maestro. Yeah, I think it'll be a different beast if he directs a film that he is not in. So, all right. So, let's do this. It's a bloodbath. It's a bloodbath. So, Nolan's obviously winning. Nolan is obviously winning, at least for now. He is obviously winning. Do I have a DGA? Oh, yes, I do. We can look that up. So, I guess where we'll start is that Bradley Cooper missed DGA. And if we bring up the DGA correlation to Best Picture and Best Director, winner match between Best Director and DGA, and then Best Director nominee. So it seems like there's always one director who gets into DGA that doesn't get nominated for Best Director. So last year we had Top Gun Maverick, we have Dune, we have Trial Chicago 7, Jojo Rabbit, these two guys. Hey, director was Cooper was snubbed for Stars Born, remember that? Lion, Martian, American Sniper, Captain Phillips, these guys. Argo won. Dude, Ben Affleck won DGA and wasn't even nominated for the Oscar. That's crazy. So, usually there's always a one director that gets snubbed. And I think Cooper is the most vulnerable. We got Nolan, Marty, Lanthimos, Gerwig, and Payne got into director at DGA. So I think if there's going to be one, it's going to be Cooper. So I think he might be out. Let's talk about what is the... he's not Roberto Benigni. Yeah, right. Nolan is obviously winning. Lanthimos is honestly kind of vulnerable. Gerwig has been doing fantastically. She's been getting in everywhere. She didn't get into BAFTA, but she got into Critics' Choice, and Golden Globe, DGA. Yeah, and his film won for sure. She's been having a year, I think, and of course I think she is gonna have to be the female director that shows up in the 5. Out of anybody, including Celine Song, including Justine Triet. I think that she is most likely the one that will get in. I know that she was snubbed for Little Women, I believe. No, she didn't even get DGA for Little Women, I don't think. Interesting. So yeah, DGA is kind of a big stat. Gerwig is definitely in. I think Glazer is definitely in, just because that director's branch is going to be gung-ho about that. And that's going to be the international pick. I mean, for all of these, I don't have the stats pulled up, but for mostly every year since I don't know when, they always have one director from an international film make it into Best Director, and I think Jonathan Glazer is going to be the one. Glazer did not make, so Glazer made BAFTA, so that's pretty impressive. I think that is going to be enough for him to get nominated. Ruben Östlund, I don't think was even nominated for BAFTA last year, and he got into the Oscars, so I think he is definitely likely to get in. So we have Nolan, we have Gerwig, we have Glazer. So that leaves us 2. Cooper's out. Payne, Alexander Payne. I think he's going to get in. He has gotten in everywhere. He didn't get into Globe, but he got into Critics' Choice, he got into DGA, and he got into BAFTA. Not only that, Payne has been nominated for director 3 times before. For Sideways, I believe, for Nebraska, and for... what else was he nominated for? The Descendants. So this will be his 4th director nomination. The Academy loves him. And his BAFTA nomination for Best Director is his very first. He was not even nominated for the BAFTA for those other previous 3 films that I mentioned. So I'm going to have to find a way to sneak him into director. As much as I don't want to do it, I do love The Holdovers, but like, there are other directors that have done a better job, in my opinion. Celine Song, I think, is more deserving. Justine Triet, I think, is more deserving. Hell, Emerald Fennell is almost even more deserving. As much as I didn't really like Saltburn, I thought that was a very well-directed film. What else? I mean, Todd Haynes' May December is not even here, but that deserves a Best Director nomination, in my opinion. I feel Tuesday will have some surprises. I feel Only Nolan is safe. You're right. I think Only Nolan is safe. And Scorsese, I think, is safe, but still, I think that will be a shocking snub, but I don't think that is not impossible. I mean, like I said, this is just an absolute bloodbath, and maybe Marty is vulnerable. He might be vulnerable. Yeah, it's gonna be a heartbreak. It's gonna be very heartbreaking. So some heartbreaking snubs are going to be inevitable here. It's gonna be inevitable. So, let's see, Nolan, Lanthimos. I think I'm gonna have to put Alexander Payne in. Who else? Yeah, Lanthimos, I think, is vulnerable too. I think what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have Nolan at the top, of course. So we'll leave him there. Actually, yeah, let's do this. let's do this. Actually, you know what? No. We'll do this. Nolan at the top. Oh yeah, those 2 supporting races are going to be also insane. Even though we have like our supposed front runners and winners for RDJ and Divine Joy Randolph, but like who's going to get nominated? Who the hell is going to get nominated in those categories? We're going to have to figure that out later. I'm going to put... Let's see. I think I'm going to put Marty at 2. I'll put Marty at 2. I'll put Payne at 3. I'll put Gerwig at 4. And Glazer at 5. Lanthimos at 6. Sorry, buddy. I'm gonna have Lanthimos miss. I'm gonna have Lanthimos miss. I don't know. I mean, I'm almost tempted to put Payne at 2, and or maybe even Gerwig at 2. I think we'll leave it at that. I'm not gonna worry too much about the rankings. But I'm gonna have Lanthimos miss. What else? What things? And then we'll have Celine's song, Nolan, Marty, Payne, Greta Gerwig, Jonathan Glazer. We got Celine's song up here, Trier here. These guys are pretty much done, dead, died. Let's see. Marty's gonna be up 1. Right? Payne is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, up 4. Gerwig is going to be up 2. Glazer is going to stay put. Lanthimos is going to be, where did I have him at? 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 down. Sorry, buddy. Four things. Down 4. Celine song up 1. Justine Trier up 1. And then, oh yeah, Cooper. Where the hell is Cooper gonna go? I guess Cooper will be, actually, yeah, let's do this. So all these are going to be staying put here. And then Cooper is going to come down. Like so. Okay. So Maestro, I'll say Cooper I had in, where did Cooper? Cooper was at what? Cooper was at 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, down 3. All right, I think that makes sense. I think that makes sense. So Nolan, Scorsese, Payne, Gerwig, Glazer. Lanthimos on the cusp. Cooper down here. There we go. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, I got Lanthimos missing, Cooper missing, Celine Song missing, but this could very well change. I mean, Celine Song, she's only gotten Golden Globe, but maybe they could go for her here. Justine Triet could be a possibility. Maybe the shocking snub will be Jonathan Glazer, and then Triet could be in, and we'll have 2 women directors. But yeah, I think that makes sense. And maybe, like I said, maybe Marty can be the one, and then Lanthimos is in instead of him. But I feel okay. I don't feel great about this 5, but this is what I'm doing. But yeah, I think we're just going to have to move on. We're already at 40 minutes, and we have so many more categories to go. So, here we go. Best Actress. Let's just look at what the race is. So Emma Stone has won Golden Globe Comedy, and she has won Critics' Choice. And Lily Gladstone won Golden Globe Drama. She lost Critics' Choice, nominated for SAG, but she missed BAFTA. BAFTA snubbed Lily Gladstone, and I still cannot believe that. And that hurts. That hurts her. Because I did a little bit more research. Sure. Let's bring up this. Ladies and gentlemen, Best Actress Oscar and BAFTA nomination correlation. So, I have it for each year, 2022, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, going all the way back to the year 2000. Michelle Yeoh. She did not win BAFTA, but she was a BAFTA nominee. Frances McDormand won both. Renee Zellweger won both. Olivia Colman won both. Frances McDormand won both. Emma Stone, Brie Larson, Julianne Moore, Cate Blanchett. They all both won the Oscar and the BAFTA. Jennifer Lawrence won off, but she was nominated for BAFTA. Meryl Streep, Natalie Portman, Kate Winslet, Marion Cotillard. All these women won both the BAFTA and the Oscar. And then every now and again, we'll have one like Michelle Yeoh, like Jennifer Lawrence, like Charlize Theron, who will be nominated for the BAFTA but lose the Oscar. And 1, 2, 3, 4 women in the past 24 years have won the Oscar without getting nominated for the BAFTA. 4. Jessica Chastain, a couple years ago, but that year was kind of like wacky for Best Actress. Sandra Bullock, way back in 2009. And then we have Hilary Swank and Halle Berry. That's last decade. A couple decades ago. If you don't get nominated for the BAFTA, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. So I don't want to say Lily Gladstone's chances of winning the Oscar are 0, but they are now much, much, much lower now that she has missed BAFTA. Maybe her narrative and the love for her will change that. Maybe passion will overtake stats this year, and we saw that last year with Brendan Fraser. And we saw it with Jamie Lee Curtis. But I don't think I think she's vulnerable. I think she is very vulnerable. Prefer Sandra Hüller win over Stone if it's not Willie. I like that. I mean, Sandra Hüller has not been winning enough awards. I think she should definitely get some love for sure. That would be amazing. For someone who is just deserving to get the recognition rather than a second one for Stone. Yeah, I can see that. First time she won it should have been Viola Davis. That's why she campaigned in supporting. True. Best lead actress is notoriously 99% white. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it sucks. But anyway, yeah, Lily Gladstone's in trouble. She's definitely getting nominated. I mean, there's no way she's not getting nominated. But her win chances are now slim Not zero. It's not 0%. There's still a small percent chance that this will be just a stat-breaking year. But again, she's vulnerable. So Emma Stone, I have at the top with Lily Gladstone in close second. Carey Mulligan, for sure, is getting in. She's been getting in pretty much everywhere. Yeah, she's gotten in everywhere. Margot Robbie has also gotten in everywhere, much to our surprise. She is so strong. So she is definitely going to be in. Sandra Huller did miss SAG, but that makes sense for that branch, and that guild, rather. So I think she still gets in. But I think out of everybody, I think there's going to be a crazy snub here too, because Barrino got BAFTA, which kind of shocked me because Color Purple has just been kind of struggling all year, and the BAFTA didn't really recognize the Color Purple really at all, but they still put in Barrino over Lily Gladstone and over Greta Lee. You know, I don't know. Maybe that could be a jury thing. I'm not sure what that was, but that was very surprising. And then they nominated Danielle Brooks as well. So I don't know. She's kind of on the cusp. You know, I'm not saying her chances are dead, but she is on the cusp. Same with Greta Lee. Greta Lee did miss SAG. Did she miss SAG? Yes, she did miss SAG, and she missed BAFTA as well. So she only got the Globe and the Critics' Choice. But maybe things will be turning around for her. Annette Bening, I could maybe see that, but I doubt it. Just because she's been nominated before. She did get SAG. That seems just like a SAG thing. Naiad is just kind of like, I don't know, man. I think if anyone's going to get nominated for Naiad, it's going to be Jodie Foster and not Annette Bening. But who's to say? But I do think, yeah, Greta Lee performance is understated. Yeah, it, as deserving as she is, it doesn't seem like the performance that they will go out for. I mean, they did nominate Paul Mescal last year, and that was definitely an understated performance. But yeah, I don't know. Lee, I do have missing. I think I'm not going to put her in my 5. By the way, I think this is going to be my 5. I just need to shuffle it up a little bit. I have Kaylee Spaney above Annette Bening. That's not correct. So what we're going to do, we're going to put Margot Robbie in 4, and then we're going to put Sandra Huller in 5. Barrino we'll have at 6, and then Greta Lee at 7 still. Her big cry scene is from across the street. True. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're correct. Let's put my camera down just a little bit so we can. All right, cool. That's good. Better. Let's have Annette at 9 or 9, yeah, and then let's actually have Annette at 8, and then Natalie Portman at 9, and then Kaylee Spaney at 10. Now, Anjanou Ellis Taylor, there has been like a crazy word of mouth campaign, grassroots campaign last minute for Origin. Much like what we saw last year with To Leslie, with Andrea Riseborough. I'm not going to say that's impossible. There could be a shock that she will get in last minute for Best Actress, or Origin might get in for something else. I'm not going to say that's impossible. It's very unlikely, but I mean, we saw what happened last year with Andrea Riseborough. That was the shock of the century, man. I mean, they did update their rules and regulations for campaigning after the Andrea Riseborough thing, so maybe that will be in effect this year so that she won't get nominated. But never say never. I'm not gonna put her in. I'm gonna keep her at number 11 for now. But I'm just gonna say that we should not completely rule that out. Not totally, but Just want to make sure I mention that. And then Tiana Taylor, Alma Poisty, really no chance. So I'm going to leave those there. So Margot Robbie is now number 4. She moves up 1. Sandra Hüller is now number 5. Sandra Hüller is number 5. She goes down 1. It's time for spreadsheet ASMR. Spreadsheet. Oh, whoops. What did I do? Spreadsheet ASMR. Emma Stone's going to be staying put. Chloe That's going to stay put. Barrino stay put. Natalie Portman is going to go. Okay, so Annette Bening is going to go up 2. Natalie Portman. Wait, hold on. Yeah, Annette Bening up 2. Natalie Portman down 1. December is down 1. And then Kaylee Spaney is, where did I have her? 9, down 1 as well. Kaylee Spaney, how the hell do you spell Priscilla? I think that's how you spell it. And then down 1. All right, I think that looks good to me. That was good to me. Emma Stone, Gladstone, Mulligan, Robbie, Hüller. Makes sense to me. Let's move on to Best Actor. Cooper is definitely not at the top anymore. Let me tell you that. He is definitely not at the top. So it's between Cillian Murphy and Paul Giamatti right now. Paul Giamatti has been pulling through and surprising folks with his wins. He won Critics' Choice over Murphy. That's huge. Yeah, Cillian Murphy's been doing very well with critics. So yeah, it's really between those two. I can see maybe SAG going for Paul Giamatti and then the BAFTA going to Cillian Murphy. And that is going to be like last year with Michelle Yeoh and Cate Blanchett, where the race was basically neck and neck until the very end. And then the narrative pulls through. Like Michelle Yeoh's narrative pulls through. That could be the same thing for Paul. Oh yeah, for sure. SAG definitely loves Paul. I think he might pull that off. And yes, he does have a bigger narrative. He has the narrative for, he's been nominated once before. Only once before. He was snubbed for Sideways. If he wins this, that will make up for his nomination snub for Sideways. Which was also an Alexander Payne directed film. So yeah, for sure. I think that could very well happen. I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to have Paul Giamatti winning SAG, and then Cillian Murphy maybe taking home BAFTA, and then that will give. It'll still be kind of a neck and neck race, but I would give the slight edge to Paul Giamatti just because of his narrative and his love, the love for him. And he's well liked, and he went viral for eating In-N-Out when he won his Golden Globe. So, my boy, what else do you want? What else do you want? So, I think we're gonna have that. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. So, Paul Giamatti's gonna be number 1. Cillian Murphy is gonna stay at number 2. Cooper is. I'm gonna still have Cooper at 3. Just because that movie's probably gonna be winning makeup. And his chances are not completely 0, but I mean they're close to 0. But we'll see. I'm gonna have him at number 3, and then it gets a little hairy. then it gets a little hairy. Jeffrey Wright, I think, is pretty secure. He has gotten in everywhere except for BAFTA. I think Coleman Domingo is also very secure. Perhaps even more secure. Well, I don't know. Rustin's not going to be a Best Picture nominee, and it's not really going to show up anywhere else. So is he more secure than Jeffrey Wright? Because American Fiction, it's going to get picture. It's going to get screenplay. It might get something else. It might get supporting actor. It might get score. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to see. I mean, I don't know about score. I'm not sure. I take that back. So, I don't know. They're kind of neck and neck. They're kind of fighting for the number 4 slot. 4 or 5. Coleman is very well liked. Yes. Yeah, and he's having a good year too. He's having a very good year. Yeah, I think I'm going to have them both in. And I'm going to have DiCaprio miss. Whoopsie daisy. Oh yeah. Yeah, Sing Sing is going to be like his... I think if he's going to win an Oscar, it might be for that. Maybe this year will be the prep for his eventual actor win next year. It's like, he'll get nominated for Rustin, and then they'll be like, and the Academy will like, oh, remember him? Oh, he's great. Let's nominate him again, and he's going to win this time. So it'll be the 1-2 punch. And then, yeah, DiCaprio doesn't care. Where has he been? He's been gone. He's been MIA. I mean, when Killers of a Flower Moon came out, it was tricky because the SAG strike was going on, and he wasn't really able to campaign. He campaigned a little bit, I think, at Cannes, before the SAGs really took place, or the SAG strike took place. But he didn't really, when the SAG strike ended and everybody started campaigning again, he didn't do press at all. He was like, I'm out. Like, I'm not doing the actors roundtables. I'm not doing any of this stuff. I'm out. And it's weird. That's interesting. So he just hasn't been around. And he's great in Killers, but not only that, he just hasn't been showing up a lot. He got a Critics' Choice nom, and he got a Golden Globe nom, but he missed SAG, and they love him at SAG. He got nominated for J. Edgar at SAG, and yet they snubbed him for Killers, and that kind of hurts. And he missed BAFTA, so he is definitely vulnerable. And that's crazy to see, because he is great in Killers of the Flower Moon. For him to be nominated for so many times, and for him to win for The Revenant, him not being nominated for Killers will be very confusing. But it's just the way it is this year. It's the way it's been going is just, the cards have not been in his favor. Really wish Leo had been nominated and won for Django. Yes, I absolutely agree. He was incredible in that movie. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's a good take. I definitely agree with that. As much as I love Christoph Waltz in Django, I think Leo gave the better performance, in my opinion. But that year, I probably would have given Philip Seymour Hoffman in The Master. I think he should have won that year. Even if Leo was nominated for Django, I would still vote for Philip Seymour Hoffman. But Christoph Waltz was category for all. Yeah, right. I mean, I liked his performance. I was like, dude, he already won for Inglourious Basterds. It's fine. Like, just nominate him if you want, but like, we don't have to do this again. Do this again. And he like swept that whole year. I think Philip Seymour Hoffman won Critics' Choice or something. Didn't he win Critics' Choice that year? And then Waltz still went on to win the Oscar. Maybe it wasn't a clean sweep, but it was close to it. It was close to it. PSH was always the best part of everything. Absolutely. What an incredible actor he was, man. Oh, wow. He was just so good. He was so good. Such a shame. So anyway, DiCaprio, I think he's out. I am gonna have Coleman at 4, and I'm going to have Wright at 5, DiCaprio at 6, and then the rest of this can probably stay put. Maybe some adjustments here and there. Andrew Scott, I think, is not likely. He did get that Globe nom, but some people are saying that he might be this year's Paul Mescal, but I just don't really see it. If it happens, I'd be very happy for him. I hear he's great in that movie. I have not seen All of Us Strangers. I need to see it. But that would be cool if he could maybe sneak in as a surprise. But I don't know. I'm going to have him out. What's Barry Keoghan? I think Barry Keoghan has the same track record, although he did get nominated for BAFTA, but BAFTA loves him. He won last year for Banshees, which was insane. Can't believe Andrew Scott snubbed his own house. Yeah, he didn't get BAFTA, which was crazy. And they loved All of Us Strangers. They even nominated Mescal, man. Yeah, that was weird, man. He missed BAFTA. Unbelievable. BAFTA noms were weird, man. They're always weird. I think they need to just kind of just revamp their whole voting process. The whole, like, top 2 jury thing is weird and kind of throws wrenches in everything. And also, there's just different people who vote for different categories. So, like, they don't really all match up and make sense as far as, like, packages are concerned. It's just whack. Yeah, BAFTA's just whack. But with that being said, I think I'm going to have Keoghan above Andrew Scott. Just because, again, he got that BAFTA nom and he was nominated last year for Banshees. I really doubt he'll get nominated, but I think I will have him above Scott here. So I will put Barry at 7. Scott at 8. Koji Yakusho I don't think is happening. Efron, Damon, Franz, they're not happening. Driver, Phoenix, no, they're not going to happen. But Teo Yu got that surprise BAFTA nomination, and I was all about that, dude. That was awesome. But again, it was weird to see him there, not Greta Lee, right? Weird. Denzel's never nominated at BAFTA. That's true. I don't know what that is. I don't know why that is. That is one of the strangest and most baffling stats. Will Smith has more BAFTAs than Denzel. That's crazy, man. Denzel's like one of the greatest living actors. I don't understand. Yeah, notoriously racist. Yeah, last year with that they went out for Keoghan instead of Kiki Kwan, and yeah, that's a little cringe, man. It's not. Forget Oscar's so white, BAFTA's so white, man. That is crazy. Yeah, leaving out Melton and Sterling, that was criminal, absolutely criminal. All right, so since Teo Yu got nominated for BAFTA, screw it. I'm going to have him go up to number 9, and then I'm going to have everybody else. Down here, and then so that is what we'll do. Okay, so let's update the spreadsheet. Here we go. Paul Giamatti is number 1, and he goes up 2. Cillian Murphy stays put at number 2. Bradley Cooper goes down to 3. Mastro. And that's down 2. Jeffrey Wright goes up 1. Right? No. Coleman Domingo goes up 2. Coleman Domingo goes up 2. And then Jeffrey Wright goes down 1, right? Jeffrey Wright goes down 1. Leo goes... Where was he at? Leo was number 5, so he will go down 1. He will go down 1. Leo's number 6. Alright. And Barry Keoghan is number... Barry Keoghan goes up 1. Andrew Scott goes down 1. All of us strangers goes down 1. And then Teo Yu goes... Teo Yu goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Up 4. And then everything else is pretty much there. So Teo Yu, okay, Efron, Koji Yakusho. Okay, so Koji Yakusho, Perfect Days. Okay. I think that's good. So Koji Yakusho is 10. So he goes down 1. We're gonna have to pull up my other things to just to cross compare. Gotta bring up my other predictions. See where, okay, Zac Efron, they all went down 1 except for Adam Driver and Joaquin Phoenix. Okay, so down 1, and then these guys stay put. All right, there we go. That's it. That's my 5. That's it. Paul, Killian, Bradley, Coleman, Jeffrey, DiCaprio missing. And then all this is self-explanatory. All right. Let's try to move on here. BAFTAs really love the holdovers, which I thought was odd. Yeah, for sure. Very American, for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when the holdovers got best film, I was like, okay. That was pretty nuts. And then Killers got best film, too. And that is a very American movie. And they did like the Killers, rather. Leo missed and Lily Gladstone missed, and yet was nominated for Best Film. And Scorsese missed Director. What sense does that make? BAFTAs make more sense. Make more sense, BAFTA. Okay. Supporting Actress. Bloodbath. No Bloodbath. It's another Bloodbath. I mean, we all know who's winning, but who the hell is going to get nominated? Again, this is old. This is old news. We're going to have to update all this. So, Devon Joy Randolph making a killing. Making a killing with critics and making a killing with all the major precursors. She's probably going to win everything. I can kind of see BAFTA giving it to somebody else just because of their stupid track record with their white winners. I would really not like to see it, but I'm not going to rule it out completely. I mean, she definitely deserves to win. But BAFTA might be, if she's vulnerable anywhere, it's BAFTA, because we see what happened last year with Ki Hui Kwan. So we'll see. She definitely deserves it, but I'm still going to have her win the Oscar for sure. Danielle Brooks is getting in, unless The Color Purple completely blanks. I don't know. I don't really see it. Maybe there'll be a shocking snub here. But let's see. Emily Blunt has been performing very well. Jodie Foster, I think, is pretty secure. Julianne Moore in May December, very vulnerable. She did miss SAG and BAFTA. I just think May December is kind of dead. Rosamund Pike. Now we will get interesting here. Now things get interesting. Wish someone else would take Emily out. Her first nomination for the underwritten known female character. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, she was a little underwritten. I mean, she was still great. Don't get me wrong, but I would probably rather nominate Rosamund Pike. I would rather nominate Sandra Hüller in Zone. Yeah. I haven't seen Ferrari. I don't know what I hear. Penelope Cruz is pretty great. I would definitely rather nominate Julianne Moore than Emily Blunt. But I don't know. She's just having a year. Some surprises like America, Rosamund, Rachel McAdams. Oh yeah, Rachel McAdams. That would be awesome. Where is she? Why don't I have Rachel McAdams in this spreadsheet? I mean, she hasn't been nominated for any precursors, I don't think, but she's not here. Oh, she's on my list over here, but she just hasn't been nominated anywhere. That would be an amazing. Let's just add her to this thing, just in case she gets nominated. I'm just gonna put her in. Allison Oliver from Saltburn. Yeah. I like that. Everyone has forgotten Rachel, even though she's second critics' fave. I know. Unbelievable. It's really a shame. Let's see. What we're gonna do is America Ferrera. Wonder why she wasn't an Actors on Actors any roundtables. Yeah, true. Yeah, she's not really campaigning. It's just kind of like doesn't even care. So America Ferrera has only gotten into Critics' Choice, and Critics' Choice loved Barbie, so maybe that's why. But I don't know. It's still likely, but she's on the cusp. I think she's on the cusp. I don't think I'm gonna have her in the 5 here. Penelope Cruz and Ferrari, that could very well happen. She did get SAG, and the Academy loves Penelope Cruz. They will nominate her out of nowhere. It's a very Oscar bait performance, from what I hear. So she's definitely like on the cusp as well. Julianne Moore, I just don't think is going to happen. As much as I'd love to see that. But yeah, these 3 are probably definitely in. And Rosamund Pike, that could also happen because she got that BAFTA nomination. She has Golden Globe. She's a former nominee. Maybe she can be a one-off for Saltburn. And then Jodie Foster, I think, should be in as well because she has been doing very well. Hilarious that Ruffalo did both round tables. Still got snubbed. Yeah, dude. At SAG, how did Defoe leapfrog Ruffalo? That was bizarre. And then they both missed BAFTA. That was wacky, man. I'm praying for those two boys. I'm really praying for them. So, I'm gonna have Divine at the top, obviously. Just because Oppenheimer's doing so well and The Color Purple is not, I'm gonna have Emily Blunt at 2. And then Brooks at 3. I'm gonna have Foster at 4. And then Cruz at 5. I feel like that could happen. I have a gut. I'm going with my gut here. I just feel like that's going to happen. And then Ferreira will be at 6. These two could be neck and neck for that number 5 slot. Moore I will probably have in at 7. And then actually, you know what? I'll have Pike in at 7, and then Moore at 8. Sorry. McAdams I will have at 9, and then from there I will have, well, we can have 5 slots here. So Cruz, Foster, McAdams. Oh yeah, Taraji P. Henson. Taraji P. Henson I don't think is going to happen. In fact, I'll put her at 11, and I'll put Viola Davis at 10, even though that's not going to happen either. And then these 3 at the top, the bottom rather. So I think that's what we'll do. We will do that. So Emily Blunt goes up 1. So that is up 1. Danielle Brooks is going to be at 3. Really wish Nolan had made Pugh's character a nude manic pixie dream girl. Yeah, as you know, I can see that. I can see that. Yeah, strange. Sometimes I forget that she's even in that movie. That was very strange. So Daniel Brooks at 3. Jodie Foster is now 3 or 4 rather. 1, 2, 3. She goes up 3. She goes up 3. And then Cruz is at 5. She goes up 1. America Ferrera goes down 1. She goes down 1. Rosamund Pike goes up 1, 2, 3. So Julianne Moore was what? If Oppenheimer wins SAG, she will be up there instead of all of the numerous supporting guys who won't because of their stupid roles about single credits. Yep. Oh, good times. What a year, huh? Alright, let me bring up my old... I'm just going to keep these up, actually, because I just need to keep track of what I'm moving around here. So, Rosamund Pike is at 7. Julianne Moore was at 4. So, from 4... down to 1, 2, 3, 4. She goes 4 down. Sorry, Julianne Moore. I love you, but it's looking dark. It's looking pretty dark. She goes down 4. Rachel McAdams, who was at 8, is now at 9. So she goes down 1. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay. And then we got Viola Davis, who goes up 1. Why not? Not going to happen, but why not? Viola Davis, just because she's been nominated before, you know. And then we have Taraji P. Henson, which goes down 2. 1, 2, right? There's 3. Was at 9, and now she's at 11, so that's 2. Wait, what did I do? Taraji P. Henson. Frances Fisher to get her supporters out to Leslie McAdams and Melton. Yeah. What did I do? McAdams is now 9. Viola Davis is now 10. Taraji is now 11. From 9 to 11. So yeah, that's 2. Okay. -2. And then Juliette Binoche, Claire Foy, and Nice Nash Betts are all staying put. Alright. We did it. Boom. Do that. And then unbold her. There we go. How's that look? How does that look? That's it. That's what we're doing. Divine, Emily Blunt, Danielle Brooks, Jodie Foster, Cruz. Ferreira on the cusp. Pike somewhat on the cusp. Moore, very unlikely. McAdams, very unlikely. And then everything else is self-explanatory. So that's what we're going to do there. Let's move on to supporting actor. Again, similar situation. Most likely, RDJ is going to take this, but who the hell is going to get nominated? Because this race has just been kind of all over the place. So Downey Jr., I think I'm gonna have to keep him at 1. De Niro has been doing surprisingly well. Out of all of the killers of the Flower Moon performers, he has been the one that has been showing up the most, surprisingly. Because Lily Gladstone missed BAFTA, and then DiCaprio missed SAG and BAFTA. But De Niro has been getting in it everywhere, and even over Defoe and Ruffalo. So I think I'm going to have him. I'm either going to have Ryan Gosling or Robert De Niro at number 2 now. Gosling hasn't been winning anything. I don't know if... Let's bring up... So shout out to Next Best Picture. They've done this on this. Oh, this is the awards precursors. Shout out to Next Best Picture. They're amazing. They've done some research for me, and they have outlined precursor wins for each category. So let's go down to supporting actor and see what. Okay, here we go. So RDJ has been winning the most. Gosling is not too far behind him with 13. De Niro has only won this one. So I think I'm just going to judge it on critic circles, and I'm just going to put Ryan Gosling at 2 over De Niro, just because of that. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to have Gosling at 2, De Niro at 3, and then who the hell else? De Niro is deserving of his nomination. Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh, he's still got it, man. He's great in Killers of the Flower Moon. Absolutely. Absolutely. One of his best performances in years, decades, even. He was great in Silver Linings Playbook, but, like, this is kind of, like, on another level, in my opinion. I will argue that he has not been better since Cape Fear, which was in 92, 91, somewhere around there, early 90s. It's 30 years ago. So he still got it. My man still got it. So yeah, I agree that he's still deserving. So who in Tar Nation is going to get nominated in the 4 and 5 slots? So, oh yeah, Heat. That's true. Yeah. I have actually never seen Heat. I'm sorry, but I've never seen Heat. Need to do that. Yeah, I hear he's great in Heat. But he was nominated for an Oscar for Cape Fear. So, let's see. What are we going to do for number 4 and 5? Oh yeah, Casino too. Yeah, he was pretty good in Casino. I think he was better in Cape Fear than Casino, in my opinion, but it's true. So, Ruffalo only has Golden Globe and Critics' Choice. Dafoe has Golden Globe and SAG. Sterling K. Brown has Critics' Choice and SAG. Melton has Golden Globes, Critics' Choice. Sessa got the BAFTA. Mescal and Elordi, I don't think I have a shot. Vote is for Sterling and Melton. I prefer 2-timers. Yeah. I mean, I would definitely like Melton to get in. I think his chances are near, not zero, because we saw what happened last year with Brian Tyree Henry. He only got a Critics' Choice nomination, and he still got into the Oscar for Causeway, and that was the only nomination of that film. So Melton's chances are not completely dead, but he still has some other competition. He still needs to leapfrog Ruffalo and Dafoe, and the Academy love to double nom supporting performances in recent years. Look at The Irishman. Look at Banshees. I'm sure there's way more examples that I can't think of right now. If any Poor Things boys get in, it might be both of them or nothing. It'll be weird for only Ruffalo to get in. It'll be weird. It'll be more weird for Dafoe to get in instead of Ruffalo, because I think Ruffalo is more deserving of an Oscar nomination, as great as Dafoe is. But Melton, I don't know. Sterling K. Brown could happen. I would love to see it. He did get SAG, which was great. American Fiction is having kind of this last-minute surge. It won the adapted screenplay for Critics' Choice. It performed pretty well at BAFTA, I think, from what I remember. Maybe it did. I don't know. They don't need another nomination with one, yeah. Preferential, I see more ones for Melton than Dafoe and Ruffalo. Yeah, for sure, yeah. And Melton's been doing very good with critics. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to put him in. Yeah, I don't know what the hell to do here. I would love to put Sessa in for the holdovers, because I feel like the Academy's going to love the holdovers. And that BAFTA nom did really help him. But BAFTA does kind of like to do just young actors just out of nowhere. Like Woody Norman and, some other examples. Alan Kim, who both had no shot of getting an Oscar nomination. So maybe Sessa is in that camp, or once again, maybe he's Lucas Hedges. We're doing a little thing here. Lucas Hedges, I want to see his track record for Manchester by the Sea. He was not nominated for BAFTA. He was not nominated for Golden Globe. He was nominated for the SAG. So he got SAG. Oh, and he got Critics' Choice. Okay, so Lucas Hedges' track record is already better than Sessa's. if we compare his performance in Manchester by the Sea to Sessa's in The Holdovers. So maybe he's not Hedges after all, because he only has that BAFTA nom. So I am also not going to predict Sessa. As much as I'd love to, I don't think so. Sterling would have some boost if he's also a SAG favorite. Sure. Oh yeah, and American Fiction got SAG Ensemble. That definitely helps him as well. So, just like Paul, he will get votes. He's worked with a lot of people. Yep. So, I don't think I'm going to do Melton. I don't think I'm going to do Sessa. So, that just leaves Defoe, Ruffalo, and Sterling K. Brown. Could this be the year where they don't double nominate supporting actors? I mean, it doesn't always have to happen. Maybe this will be a one-off. Sterling K. Brown has SAG. Defoe has SAG. Ruffalo has SAG. Ruffalo missed SAG. Yeah, this is tough, man. It's between these three to take those two slots. Poor Things duo will be so boring. Yeah, true. I think, again, I would love to see Ruffalo in and then Sterling K. Brown. Personally, that's what I would pick. But, I don't know. They just love to double nominate people. They just love to do it. Or they could give American Fiction a bone. I'm going to go with my gut. I will decree that this will... Yeah, they didn't get BAFTA either. None of these boys got BAFTA. I will decree that this year will be the year that they will not double nominate supporting actors. I'm going to say that Ruffalo gets in over Defoe, and Sterling K. Brown sneaks in at number 5. So that's what we're going to do. Without thinking too much more on this, we're going to do De Niro, and then we're going to do Ruffalo, and then we're going to do Sterling K. Brown. Defoe at 6, Sessa at 7, Melton at 8. Sorry, buddy. And then we'll do what else? Domingo. All these other people are just not gonna happen, I don't think. So we'll have all of these other guys down here. So I think that's what we'll do there. Perhaps Poor Things loves declining. I don't know. Maybe. It did get Best Film at BAFTA, and that was surprising. It got Best Film over Zone, which was insane. Also, Poor Things did miss SAG Ensemble, although it hasn't been really getting nominated for Ensemble anywhere. Fraser. Rob chimes in. Fraser. He jumps in my live stream. Fraser goes away. That's Rob for you. Yeah, give another one to Fraser. How funny that SAG Issa Rae is nominated for 2 ensemble casts. Yeah, isn't that crazy? American Fiction and Barbie. Remember the SAG nominee announcement when she got nominated twice. I don't know if that's happened before. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's do. Let's go back to supporting actor. Okay, I think this is what we'll do. We'll do RDJ at 1, Gosling at 2. So he goes from 4 to 2. So he goes up 2. He goes up 2. De Niro from 5 to 3. He goes up 2. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Ruffalo from 2 to 4, so he goes down 2. Port things. He goes down 2. Oh, whoops. And then Sterling K. Brown goes 1, 2, 3, up 3. Willem Dafoe goes, he stays put. Sessa stays put. Melton goes from 3 to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. That SAG miss and that BAFTA miss really hurt you, buddy. So I don't know. Should I have Melton over Sessa? I'll have Melton over Sessa. I'll have Melton over Sessa. Or wait. Melton over Sessa. Okay. So Melton over Sessa. Let's do that. I'll have Charles Melton over Sessa. So he goes to 7. So 3 to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. He goes down 4. How's that? So he goes down 4. Sessa was at 7. He's now at 8. So he goes down 1. Has been more, yeah, more of a critical darling. True. For sure. December. No. Hold over. What am I doing? He goes down what? 1? Okay, 1. And then Coleman Domingo and all these guys are staying put. All right. How's that? Yeah, Sessa's only getting breakthrough mentions for sure. Yeah. All right. So that's that. RDJ, Gosling, De Niro, Ruffalo, Sterling K. Brown. That's what I'm going for. They might double nominate Poor Things Boys and leave out someone, or they could sneak in Melton somehow, or they could sneak in Sessa somehow. Everything else is an outside shot, but I think that's what we're gonna do. More screening, yeah. Sessa's a co-lead with Paul more than supporting performance. I agree. Yeah, they definitely do not do the young performer thing. Sometimes they'll do some weird stuff like Haley Steinfeld in True Grit or Gavanjani Wallace. Yeah, they're weird. They're weird about that. They haven't been really doing it lately. It used to be kind of like an old thing. Wow, that's not. He's too conventionally attractive. Yeah. Right. Okay. I am going to take a short break, and I will be back in just a couple minutes. I don't think I'm going to get through every category. There's just no way. I do need to split at maybe around like between 3 and 3:30. So I don't think I'm going to get through every category. I think I might just do the above the line categories, and then I'll do below the line categories, maybe behind the scenes, and then just take my word for it on Oscar nominations morning. So I am going to take a quick break. I'll be back in about 2-3 minutes or so. So yeah, be right back. Just do a little standby. That's the one. All right, we're back. We'll see how much we get through until around 3:15, and then I will probably call it quits for the day. But let's just move on to adapted screenplay categories. All right, so we'll have to update these. Let's see. So the race is looking. Things are kind of up in the air for adapted screenplay. I guess I'll need to add Barbie to this. Because Barbie has been really showing up in original screenplay, but then the Academy was like, no, you're adapted. So I'm thinking competition might be tight for Barbie and adapted. It could very well pull it off, but we got some competition here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add Barbie to this list and just make a note that it was an original. Phone is dying, but wanted to stop by and say hi. Yeah, thank you. All good. Gave the stream a like and I'll watch to catch the replay. All good, Cass. All good. It's just gonna be some spreadsheet ASMR. Up in the air. That's true. I say that phrase a lot, Cass. I say it a lot, and I don't really even think about it. But, yeah, tightest of the night, tightest of the tight. So let's move Barbie to this spot. Let's move these down. Let's move Barbie to the top. Golden Globe. So Critics' Choice. So let's just make a note. Original screenplay. And then the same with BAFTA. So original, and then best screenplay was, let me actually make a note of that as well. Screenplay. General. How's that? Been resting and unplugging today. Yeah, all good. All good. You need days like that, for sure. Favorite Easter eggs were the band Barbies, like Sugar Daddy Ken. Yeah. You know, I didn't catch the Barbie Easter eggs a lot. It's been a while since I've seen. I only saw Barbie once when it came out, but the Barbie toy lore. I know literally nothing about Barbie toy lore, so let's see. All right, adapted screenplay. What the hell's gonna happen in adapted screenplay? I did some additional research. Let's pull it up. So I did some research regarding screenplay and best picture correlation. Screenplay is a bigger correlative category to best picture winners than I thought. I thought it was like pretty strong, but it's strong. Like, it's strong. Here we go. Best picture versus best screenplay. Now, here are best picture winners. As someone who grew up on Barbie's, definitely was like a dream. Only if you guys could get a good Transformers movie outside of Bumblebee. I mean, I don't really care about Transformers to begin with. I mean, yeah, Bumblebee was great. You're right. Bumblebee was a great movie. As far as, like, I don't know, like, TMNT is one, I guess. There's not really a Micro Machines movie or a Hot Wheels movie. I mean, it's whatever. We'll probably never get like a male focused toy line movie that is as good as Barbie, even remotely. Unless they come out with I don't know. I'd have to think about that one. But anyway, so Best Picture winners we have up here, and then we have original screenplay and adapted screenplay winners, and then the winner match. Look how many years. I mean, Best Picture winners tend to win either original or adapted screenplay. A lot. More than I thought. Only exclusions are Nomadland, Shape of Water, The Artist, $1 Million Baby, Chicago, Gladiator. And that was way back when. But like, as far as like we'll do since 2010. The Artist, Shape of Water, Nomadland. Time. That's it. So if you win screenplay, you're most likely going to win Best Picture. Either original or adapted. So for adapted, we got Oppenheimer. I got Oppenheimer winning Best Picture. Is that going to win adapted screenplay over Barbie? I don't know. Look at Oppenheimer's track record. It's been nominated everywhere, but it hasn't won anything yet. If we go to precursor wins, brought to you by our boys at nextbestpicture.com. Adapted screenplay. Ooh, it's actually the critics' frontrunner for adapted screenplay. Over American Fiction. Interesting. Okay, well, it's doing good with critics. No one is raving about the dialogue in Oppenheimer. There are better scripts. Yeah, I can see that. Let me see. WGA is after Oscars, so it won't help. I know. I mean, yeah, I haven't even mentioned that yet. Yeah, look, WGA is after the Oscars this year. Thanks, everyone. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate that. Amazing. That doesn't help me at all. So this is all we have. This is all we have. Until BAFTA happens, we'll see what happens at BAFTA. But I don't know. American Fiction didn't get in at BAFTA. It won Critics' Choice, surprisingly, over Oppenheimer and over Poor Things. That was pretty nuts. So I would think that American Fiction would be an outside shot to win here, or maybe even Killers hasn't really been winning a lot of precursors. So honestly, at the end of the day, I really do think it's between Oppenheimer, Barbie, and American Fiction. But like I said, that Best Picture to Best Screenplay correlation, maybe this will be another year where it will differ, and they'll give it to something other than the Best Picture frontrunner, which is Oppenheimer. Maybe they'll give it to Barbie. Maybe they'll give it to American Fiction. Poor Things, Killers, I think, are outside shots. But it's stacked, man. Oof, it's so stacked. But yeah, I mean, these stats don't lie, man. It's like, it's pretty strong. Although, do I have an editing Best Picture versus Best Editing? Here we go. So here's the editing correlation. So here are all of the Best Picture winners that have also won Best Editing and the Best Picture nominees. This definitely doesn't happen as much. Not nearly as much. It was more of a pre-2009 stat. But now it doesn't really happen that much. They like to give editing to different things. Everything Everywhere was just so strong in its editing department. Maybe that's why it won. And that also won screenplay. But everything else, it's like 2012, sure, Argo won editing. and then like before then it was like nothing. So like editing is definitely, and the reason why I say that is because even if Oppenheimer wins editing, that's not going to secure it with the Best Picture package as far as like screenplay is concerned. So I would think it would need to win screenplay. But maybe this will be a one-off year where if it just loses screenplay and then it still wins Best Picture. So maybe they could give it to Barbie. Maybe they could give it to American Fiction. This is hard. This is really hard to predict. If we look at the race, again, Oppenheimer hasn't won anything. Killers, not gonna happen. American Fiction misses Globe, wins Critics' Choice, gets nominated for BAFTA. Barbie has been winning a lot in the original screenplay front. So I'm going to go with the stats. I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to go with the stats. I'm going to still have Oppie at 1. And I'm going to have Barbie at 2. And I'm going to have American Fiction at 3. Maybe that's unwise, but I don't know. The stats don't lie. I could definitely see Barbie pulling this off. I could definitely see American Fiction pulling this off. But I don't know, man. I think the opportunity to award Gerwig and Baumbach together would be too precious to pass up, for sure. That's a good point. Yeah, this is the Barbenheimer category. It's like, which one? Which one? Just pick one. You know, what? I think I'm going to have Barbie winning. Just for, like, the Academy to give an opportunity for, them to recognize the Barbenheimer sensation with them giving Best Picture to Oppenheimer and giving Best Screenplay to Barbie to kind of divvy up the love, Maybe that will be a stat-breaking thing this year because of that passion. Because, to paraphrase something that I want to say it was either Daniel Howett or somebody from Next Best Picture podcast last year, they said, stats are trends, not rules. It's not necessarily a rule that just because Best Picture and Best Screenplay are so correlative, it doesn't mean it's a rule that this needs to happen. It's just a trend. And trends can differ and they can be broken, and it's just, you can't be too reliant on stats. It's just history, it's just trends, they're not rules. So, with that being said, I think I'm going to have Barbie winning. And then Oppenheimer in a very close second. Essentially tied. But I feel like they'll just do Oppie Picture, Barbie Screenplay. Because Barbie's track record is just too strong in this category this year so far. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to have American Fiction at 3, just because that won Critics' Choice, and it got SAG Ensemble, and it's just been performing pretty well. And I'm going to have Poor Things at 4, just because that has a better track record than Killers, and I'm going to have Killers at 5. That makes sense to me. What else is going on here? So All of Us Strangers got Critics' Choice and BAFTA. That's pretty strong. Are You There, God Meets Me, Margaret got Critics' Choice. Zone of Interest got BAFTA. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have All of Us Strangers at 6. Zone at 7, just because that's going to probably get into Best Picture. And then, well, honestly, I'm going to have Zone at 6 because that's been performing very well. It's going to get into picture, and All the Strangers most likely won't get into picture. So I'm going to have that above All the Strangers. I could see a Zone of Interest surprise. Possibly. And then everything else is pretty much like, you know, Are You There, Gods Be Margaret, I'll have down here, and then Color Purple, and then Priscilla, and then these guys. How's that? All right, let's do it. Barbie is at 1, goes up 1. Oppie is at 2, goes down 1. American Fiction is at 3, goes up 2. Goes up 2. Poor Things is at 4, goes, let's see, goes down 1. Poor Things is at 4, was at 3, goes down 1. Killers is at now at 5, that goes down 1. All right, and then we have Zone, 1, 2, 3, 4, that goes up 4. All the Strangers stays put. Color Purple stays put. I think everything else stays put. Right? No. Let's see. Zone, All the Strangers stays put. Are You There, Gods Be Margaret is at 8. That goes down 2. That goes down 2. Color Purple was at 9. That goes down 1. And then we have Priscilla at 10. That goes down 1. And then we have Spider-Man and Taste of Things at 11 and 12. They stay put. All right. That's that. Let's actually delete those. All right. I think that looks good. Going with my gut. Barbie at the top. Oppie close second. American Fiction at 3. Poor Things at 4. Killers at 5. Zone on the cusp. And then these guys outside shots. That's that. I feel good about that. All right. Moving on to original screenplay. And I think this will be the last category I pick. This will be the last category I will work on here. And then I will end the stream because I do have to move on with my day. So this will be the last one I do today. So original screenplay. This one's a little easier. Now that Barbie is gone. Let's see. Anatomy of a Fall has been killing it. Outside of Barbie. Anatomy of a Fall, let's see. It's doing okay with critics. Holdovers is really killing it. With critic circles. And so is Past Lives, honestly. So maybe, Anatomy of a Fall, Holdovers, and Past Lives are definitely top 3. Still. So, could this go? This could go to any 3 of these. They could give it to any 3 of these. I could see them giving it to Holdovers. I can see them giving it to Past Lives, a la Women Talking last year. I could see it giving it to Anatomy for that international pick and recognition. That could be a good package for Anatomy. What to do here? So, Holdovers got BAFTA, and it got Best Film at BAFTA, and it got Best Director at BAFTA. That's pretty big. Past Lives has been showing up everywhere. Did that get into BAFTA? Oh yeah, it's right here. What the hell am I doing? Holdovers, Anatomy missed Critics' Choice, but Critics' Choice was weird and they didn't like international movies. Anatomy won Golden Globe over a lot of other screenplays, and it's been doing good with doing pretty good with critics. But the Holdovers is so strong, man. Here's what we'll do. I'm gonna have the Holdovers still at 1, and I'm gonna have Anatomy at 2. Just because that won Globe, and that's an international favorite, and then I'll have Past Lives at 3, and then it's kind of weird. It gets kind of weird. Like, what are we gonna do for 4 and 5? Is this gonna be the only place May December shows up? And I think Maestro is doing good. Maestro did get Critics' Choice and BAFTA. And look, I really like Maestro. I really enjoyed that movie. But one of the weaker aspects of that film is the screenplay. So, but it's been showing up. It's been showing up in these major precursors. Not really in it got one Critics' Choice or one Critics' Circle nomination. What even is this? Las Vegas. So I think that's in anyway. I think Air might be dead. It did get that Critics' Choice nom, but like it hasn't been really showing up anywhere else. It did get nominated for Globe Comedy, and Matt Damon got a nomination. But the chances are not 0, but it is unlikely. I can also Saltburn or Air as a lone screenplay nom. True. Saltburn, actually, yes, you're right. Emerald is a previous winner. That's possible. I do think Saltburn has a better shot than Air to get nominated for screenplay. Rustin hasn't been showing up really at all in the screenplay department, so I think that's basically dead. Same with Asteroid City, and then everything else is like pretty much an outside shot, way outside shot. So what I'm gonna do Maestro at 4, and I'm gonna do Saltburn at 5. I think that might sneak in. And I'll have Air at number 6. And then everything else pretty much just like there. So I'm actually going to put Asteroid City above Rustin. And then we got 4 more slots. Air, Saltburn. Oh wait, where's May December? Oh, shit. Oh, we forgot about May December. Yeah, how much will they hate May December? Yeah, gonna have to... Saltburn, May December. Saltburn, May December. You'd pick Saltburn because they have a shot at score, production design, or cinematography. Yeah, that's true. May December's screenplay is really strong, though. It'll be a first-time nominee, and then Emerald Fennel has won before, so that is a stat for sure that I cannot ignore. Huh. Or maybe Maestro misses and May December sneaks in. But Maestro, I think, is going to be much stronger. Oh, man. This is tough. This is actually tougher than I thought it was going to be. Saltburn is having a moment. That's true. But then again, I mean, Saltburn has been having a moment on the internet and with film Twitter and with everybody else, but Oscar voters are not they're not really the same people, if you know what I mean. I don't know how involved Oscar voters are with that word of mouth recognition and conversation. I don't know if that matters or not. Maybe it does. But Gangbusters on Prime streaming. Jacob Elordi just did SNL. And Jacob Elordi got nominated for BAFTA. So maybe that'll help it. And May December has been blanked everywhere. Yeah. Don't see it in the conversation. Yeah. I'm thinking. He's thinking. You ever seen A Serious Man? That part, and when I say I'm thinking of that one scene in A Serious Man, where he tries to go see the rabbi, and the secretary goes to check on the rabbi, and she comes back and she says, "The rabbi is busy," and then Michael Stolberg is like, "He didn't look busy," and then the secretary says, "He's thinking." I think about that scene all the time. Serious Man is a masterpiece. He's thinking. Oh yeah, the subject matter for sure. Yeah, it is. It's tricky subject matter. Yeah, it's not. You can't really empathize with characters in that film, other than Charles Melton. Not as fun as Saltburn's Kyon villain for sure. Yeah, I think you're right. I think May December is in trouble. Yeah. Is what I'll do. I will have Maestro and Saltburn in. And then May December I will have at number 6. And then everything else follows suit. So Air. Melton should be getting all the awards. I'm telling you, man. I mean, Melton, it's criminal how he's been treated this award season. Unbelievable, man. I cannot believe he missed both SAG and BAFTA. He missed the BAFTA long list, dude. The BAFTA long list. And yet they nominated Jacob Elordi. I don't understand. I don't understand that. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Unbelievable. Anyway. Air, Rustin. I'll put Asteroid City over Rustin. And then Iron Cold Fair Play. Okay. Alright. Here we go. He's so tragic, yet maybe it hits too close to the truth about the concepts of what happens to people who lost their innocence. Yeah. Seconded. Say no more. It's too real. Yeah. That is a possibility. God, I want to watch May December again. So good. When May December, if May December, and possibly when May December blanks on Tuesday, Oscar nominations morning, I will probably put on May December that night in honor of like a rest in peace moment, rest in peace May December moment. It's in my top 10 of the year. Love that movie. Love it. Okay. So let's see. Anatomy is number 2. So that goes from 3 to 2. Okay. Before we do all of that, let's get this. Holdovers is still at 1. Anatomy is now at 2, which goes up 1. Past lives is now 3, which I believe goes down 1. Goes down 1. Maestro is at 4, which goes up 1. Saltburn is at 5, which goes up 1, 2, 3. 6. May December is at 6, which goes down 1, 2. Goes down to maybe May December we'll get a rediscovery down the line. I hope so. Once removed from all this award stuff, probably misunderstood. Absolutely. Being placed in gold comedy is a mistake and piss people off. Yeah, for sure. I feel like May December was just such a unique film in its tone and in its presentation that people kind of didn't know how to categorize it. It kind of defied genre in a way. So that maybe that's why people were just like, comedy? But I don't know. Like, if you put it in comedy, you like miss the point of the whole movie. You know? It is incredibly dark. And just because the tone is light and tongue-in-cheek doesn't mean that it's a comedy, you know? I don't know, man. Oh, Happiness, for sure. Maybe it reminds me of that one movie. Yeah, Happiness, yeah. More heinous in his portrayal of, yeah, exactly. For sure. I've never seen that, but I've heard it's crazy. Anyway, yeah, May December, yeah, it's like, it's such a unique film. But anyway, so Rustin, so May December is at 6, that goes down to, Air is at 7, which goes down 1. Asteroid City's at 8, goes up 1. Rustin is at 9, goes down 2. Goes down 2. And then Iron Claw, Fair Play, Perfect Days, all stay put. All right, let's clean it up. Let's clean it up. And I'm finished. Here we go. That's it. So we got, let's see. Why does it say number +5 Maestro? Maestro just went up 1. Saltburn, 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. That's it. Holdovers. I got a feeling that might pull it off. Anatomy of Fall, close second. Past Lives, close third. Maestro, Saltburn. No chance in winning, but they're here. May December, just not making the cut. Air, and then everything else kind of an outside shot. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it at that. He drugs his entire family. Just, ooh, that's crazy. I hear that's a wacky movie. I need to check it out. I hear like it's hard to find. It's like not on streaming, or it's like kind of a tough movie to find and watch. Anyway, those are the above the line categories I have updated my predictions for. I am going to update all of the below the line categories on my own time, and you're just gonna have to take my word for it. So when things get nominated on Tuesday, you're just gonna have to take my word for it. Oh, I was 5 for 5. Oh, I was 4 for 5. So we'll leave it at that. Cheyenne, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. On a Sunday afternoon, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming to look at spreadsheets for the past hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Jeez. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So, Fingers crossed for Melton, absolutely, and Sessa, but mostly Melton. That's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and hanging out with me. So Tuesday morning, definitely going to be reacting to the Oscar nominations. I'm very excited, and I'm probably going to be pushing that video out on Tuesday at some point. So looking forward to that. I will see you guys then. And yeah, happy predicting. Good luck. The beginning of the end is around the corner, folks. So that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys. Have a good rest of your day, a good rest of your Sunday, good rest of your weekend. And yeah, Oscar Guy is out. Have a good one, y'all. Goodbye.